The other thing that's on my mind this morning, late last night, as I was putting this program together and thinking about things, is yes, it's sports related, but it's probably more society related, and that is something that's very, very dear to my heart, and that's the media. I'm a student of the media. My degree is in journalism and communications. And I was trained in an era back in the late 70s and early 80s. I was trained in college in an era where there was a great deal of emphasis placed on communication ethics. To that, I thank the good Christian brothers over at LaSalle University in Philadelphia. I particularly thank one of my good friends and professors there, Dr. Rich Goodcoop, who instilled in me a great sense of ethic when it comes to the media, to journalism, to reporting, and to the way that we present things in broadcasting or in writing. Ethics. As I look back over the history of the media, it seems to me that there were two major events in separate areas that completely changed the relationship and the tenor of the media as we once knew it to what it is now. Two major events. The first one was Watergate. Watergate, in my opinion, dramatically changed the relationship of the media to our elected representatives and government officials. Prior to Watergate, frequently the media acquiesced to individuals in those positions. We accepted what they stated to be truthful. We took their words and we reported it. We didn't investigate it. Now, I'm not saying that what happened with Watergate and the result of that is bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that that one particular incident dramatically changed the relationship of the media to our government. To the extent that later on, the media was frequently referred to as the fourth branch of the government. You had the executive, the legislative, the judicial, and the media. No problem with that. The media, in many respects, creates a balance of power. A balance of power of us, the voters, the constituents, the citizens of this country, to our governments. The media should be representing us. Watergate changed that relationship. In the sports era, I believe the relationship changed between the media and sports with the O.J. Simpson case. It was at that point we suddenly saw the media take on a Watergate-type attitude when it came to sports. We didn't just report sports any longer following that event. We investigated it. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But two big events, in my opinion, that dramatically changed the way we view government, politics, our officials, and also sports, athletes, superstars, sports organizations. The O.J. Simpson case, I believe, because of the nonstop aggressive coverage that was done of that particular incident. And remember, folks, it went on for a long time. You had the buildup of it, which was all of the stuff that led into the led up to his arrest. And then it was later on, it was the coverage of all of the trial that went on. That was an event that went on for, a couple of years. But because of the aggressive nature of the way it was covered and nonstop covered, mind you, at a time when information technology was in its, not infancy, it was starting to really bubble up. Information technology fed into all of that. And so now we have an aggressive media looking at our sports, be it our athletes, our organizations, all of our sporting environments, looking at them and being able to instantaneously bring us information via the internet, blog sites, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, we're moving it out there. So where's this rant coming from, Mike? Well, it goes to Aaron Hernandez. The situation with Aaron Hernandez that really started out on Tuesday as a report simply that he was being questioned by Massachusetts authorities in regard to a potential homicide. They weren't even certain at that time it was a homicide, but in regard to a homicide of, at that time, an unnamed victim. Media was not reporting that Aaron Hernandez was the cause of it. They simply reported that, in fact, he was being questioned in connection with it. And there's good reason for that. Apparently, the body of the victim was found less than a mile from his home. You know, there was some circumstantial evidence leading to potential of one of his vehicles being involved in it, a rented vehicle. But since Tuesday, what has occurred has been a flurry of reports and activity frequently incorrect. And we have seen this so many times with so many different incidents. It could be something tragic that happened, like a school shooting or some other type of an event, a natural disaster, where we're so quick to rush to get information out there that nobody is paying attention to the accuracy of what we put out there. I have refused and will continue to refuse to make any comment whatsoever with regard to Aaron Hernandez. I will not speculate on whether he is guilty, had anything to do with this or not, until those that are investigating, and I am not one of them, are finished their job. I think it would be prudent on the part of all media just to shut down on this. Let the investigators do their job, get out of their way, stop meddling by putting out reports that might be completely untrue. And to just give you one example of what I'm talking about, my gosh, it was reported by multiple sources 2 days ago that Aaron Hernandez was going to be arrested, that an arrest warrant had been issued. And to this moment, as far as to the best of my knowledge, to this moment, no arrest warrant has yet to be issued. That was 2 days ago. Stop putting information out that is inaccurate. Do not be jumping the gun. Do not rush to judgment, to be making statements to the effect of, wow, it certainly appears that this guy is guilty. Guilty of what? We don't know yet. To make statements of that nature, in my opinion, is journalistically irresponsible and unethical. I will not say anything about the Aaron Hernandez case situation, with the exception of, I agree, it does not look very good. But I will wait to see how it unfolds in the days ahead. If anybody has any comments about either of those items, feel free, please, to give me a holler here and chime in. 347-237-5373.